Howdy, y'all. It's your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Today we're going to give you a sneak peek at what it looks like to design a program for a model. Up Fitness CPT, we can get anyone certified throughout the world. If you're already certified, you get access to live classes that are also on demand. And every Tuesday, we have an Equinox instructor, Dean, #1 trainer in Berkeley, who will go over how to design a program. Now, this specific case example, we have a trainer who works at Equinox in West Hollywood. She hopped on the call and she's asking Dean for help. So we take our core movement patterns, lower body emphasis, which would be squat, hinge, unilateral, transitional, upper body emphasis, which would be vertical push-pull, horizontal push-pull, and our template for the CCA, core movement pattern, followed by an accessory, which can be isolation, single jointed, rehab, prehab, whatever the client wants to keep it fun. So for this one, we're doing a goblet squat into some Aussies, into some bicycle kicks, 3 rounds, 12 to 15 repetitions. Then we're moving to the second one, which is going to be dumbbell bridge, which is a hinge pattern, push-ups, bicep curls, an exercise she's never done before, followed by a CCAA at the end, where we're going to do an overhead press, reverse and forward lunges, booty band walks, and mountain climbers. Learn how to program for specific case examples so you can build your confidence, build a book of business, and that's what we teach at Up Fitness. Make sure to read the book if you want to become successful. Woo, that way. Have a great day. Let us know what you think.
In business, so.
Do you have some examples that maybe you've ran into where you're like, holy shit, this person's 19 and they're making that much, or any crazy stories like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I talked to one kid. I think he was actually like a year above me because I'm a little younger. And he was in his 4th year and he was making like some crazy, like he made like some crazy, like 50,000 over 2 months. It was like ridiculous. And he's like saving up for a car. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That's why I think it's a great opportunity when you're around places like an Equinox. And remember, we're not saying you got to go work at Equinox, but I would say it's in the States, at least, it's definitely respected as one of the higher end gyms. And when members are paying almost $300 a month, the average member makes over $250K. You see what money is like, and it helps train your mind not to think about your bank account, because that's a big folly with a lot of new trainers. They have someone in front of them. They go, oh my God, they can't afford $2,000 a month. That's just way too much money. And then they just say, oh yeah, charge my account. And you're like, what? Holy crap. So let's talk a little bit about models. Dean, I gave you control, so floor is yours.
Sounds good. All righty. I think we got a real small group today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dean Sarmiento. I'm currently a Tier 3 Plus trainer at Berkeley. I'm currently on the Tier X path to transfer over at the Sports Club location in San Francisco. I actually will be transferring next month in mid-January. So if you guys continue on this calls, I'll be in a different location next month, next year. And yeah, so I've been training for just over 2 years now. At Equinox for probably a year and 3/4, something like that. Been enjoying it, been loving it, and now I get to share my knowledge, and I'm excited to help you guys. So any questions before we get started?
I think it's also important to highlight how much you've invested into your education, Dean, because I know you've gone to at least 5 or 6 seminars, and you've learned from some of the top names out there, which has really helped expedite your career. And you're currently a part of a mentorship group, correct?
Yep, correct. So yeah, my education obviously started with Up Fitness. Got my certification while I was in college. And after I stopped playing baseball, I was looking for something new. Found Up, did my lessons, got my level 1 coach here. That was probably, I don't even know, March 2021 is when I actually got it, and then took a test when the level 1 came out. From there, did the pain-free performance training under John Resin. I took his level 1 back in 2021, did his level 2 earlier this year. I've also done the apprenticeship under Brett Bartholomew, who I'm also doing his coalition as well for the business side of things, just getting my business structured in there. And then I have also done Tony Gentle Course. I did it back in whatever month that was. I think it was October. And did Up Fitness's seminar as well. There's one more I've been to. And then I went to Orlando for the big conference, and just a lot of big names there. I got to talk to a lot of great people, invested a lot in my education. And yeah, I mean, I think it's been a big part of my success at Equinox and why I'm going into TRX so early. And I've also just had the opportunity to learn from a lot of great trainers here, and learn on different articles as well. So just a lot of different avenues of learning, and just hasn't really stopped. And I think, again, like I said, that's been contributing to a lot of my success. So yeah.
But also, Dean, how would you say other trainers that you've seen in your time at Equinox, would you say that they get out there and go to a lot of hands-on learning seminars as well, or what would you say that's like?
Yeah, I'd say like literally there's only two trainers I'd say really do it. And that's the two managers now. Now they're kind of in a position where they don't even really train people anymore. So the actual trainers there now I haven't seen anyone go to a seminar, like a true seminar yet, or a true workshop yet. Which
kind of funny because those are usually the ones who are struggling, right?
Yeah, usually. And then, even then, it's like we have a lot of really big personalities. Like I think you have a story in your book, I think, or maybe somewhere, I think you've talked about it, but how we have kind of like a lot of like not really technical, not really quote unquote good trainers in that aspect, but also a lot of really good people. So they get a lot of sessions just for being good people. But yeah, as far as like the technical aspects go of training, yeah, not that many great ones in that aspect. All righty. So ready to get started, Chris?
Yep.
So, yep, cool. All right, guys. Any questions before we get started? Nothing. All righty. Yeah, so today we're going to be going through how to train a model, as Chris kind of explained. There are some trainers who kind of set that premise, this is new. Who set that expectation that, you're going to get bulky. So our goal is to kind of play with it a little bit, but also kind of create something beneficial as well. As Macy said earlier, their main goal is probably to not get too bulky. They probably want to stay toned, stay long. So our job is to, again, play with it, but also still benefit their health in a respectful manner. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with our normal CCA, and we'll kind of go from there. We have our core accessory to start off. Does anyone want to take the reins and start with the first core exercise?
Who is our client?
Anyone?
Who is our client? Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yep. The client is kind of a model. She's trained under a celebrity trainer before, who's kind of told her that, like, if you gain 5 to 10 pounds more, you're going to get bulky. We're kind of using Gwyneth Paltrow's trainer as an example, Tracy Anderson. So our goal with her is, like, she wants to train with us, but we also don't want to make her quote unquote too bulky. So we want to play into it a little bit.
So her goals are to stay long and lean, but to stay fit.
Yep. Cool. So where do we want to start off?
Female.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do the goblet squats.
Goblet squats. Cool. Will we start heavy with her?
Maybe like 10, holding 10 pounds.
Yeah, probably like 10 pounds, right? Cool. I'm going to add in rep schemes today. So we're going to go through core accessory, and then we're going to add in a little rep schemes too, because we're going to figure out how we want to do this as well. Cool. What would be our next core exercise? Sorry, I should do this as well.
Are you typing it on the screen? I can't see it.
Oh, is it not working?
There we go. Now it's coming up now.
Let's see. Actually, sorry, my bad. Let's go through this first. What are our movements? What are our basic movement patterns? Start off.
Squat, hinge, unilateral, usually for lower body, like lunge or step up. Vertical push and vertical pull, horizontal push, horizontal pull, and transitional, which would be carries and jumps.
And now Shannon's into it today.
Showing up.
All right. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got our squat. Boom. What do we want to go next? What's like, okay, so when we're talking about a model in this sense, what are kind of like the accentuated features that we also want to hit typically?
I would maybe shoulders and arms.
Yep, shoulders, arms, yeah, tone arms. Nice, kind of like it usually like kind of like the Coke bottle shape to an extent, right? Probably abs, right? Slim abs. So how are we going to kind of manipulate the workout so that it's kind of based off of this?
I definitely next is going to be like maybe a pull pattern.
Okay, yeah,
But not
what's the pattern?
I don't know if you want to do like a whole pull up with this person or not.
Yeah, chin up, maybe. What's a little bit more regress so it's not as overloaded.
You could do some band pull aparts or maybe like a Aussie pull
Yeah,
up.
there we go. I like the Aussies. Boom. There. Cool. Accessory. What should we do for our accessories? Okay, we kind of have our main checkpoints that we want to hit. So what's the kind of the last one we want to hit?
Let's do some bicycle kicks.
Bicycle kicks. Cool. Abs. Let's just put abs in there.
Okay.
Cool. That's right. Alrighty. So rep schemes as far as these go, right? Now we could always load goblet squats, right? That's always like a thing that we could do. I actually like to go really heavy with my clients on goblet squats. I don't think a lot of people do. But obviously in this case, we don't want to go very heavy. How can we kind of manipulate goblet squats to make them quote unquote for toning?
Tempo.
Yeah, tempo. Yeah, we're doing rep schemes here.
Oh, rep schemes. Okay, then maybe like 15.
Yeah, cool. 3 sets of like 12 to 15, probably. Yeah. Cool. How about Aussies? Anyone other than Shanda today? Anyone? No?
We're talking reps, right?
Yep, reps.
For the Aussie rows.
Yeah.
Would you say around the same, maybe like 15, 3 sets
Yeah,
of
maybe
15?
like 10. Maybe like 10 on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess
Nice.
those are hard, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. So
Yeah.
good. We want to we want to challenge her a little bit, but we want to give her a little sweat, right? Like our kind of goal is like get her heart rate up a little bit more. Thing with goblet squats too is we could probably just put a band around her hips too. Just make it burn a little bit extra. Just so she feels it, you know. We want to make it feel hard, but also know that we're not going to create enough mechanical tension to create hypertrophy. Do you guys know the 3 drivers of building muscle hypertrophy?
I do not.
No. Okay. Mechanical tension's number 1. Muscle damage number 2. Metabolic stress number 3. Do you guys know what all those mean at all?
I do not.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if anybody else does, but I don't.
I know you guys are relatively new, so it's always good to know this kind of stuff, just so that way you can kind of incorporate it into your program. So mechanical tensions, usually like the big grinding stuff, you can usually find it actually at pretty much any set. It's pretty much when a set looks like that's mechanical tension for the most part. So that's the biggest driver of hypertrophy. Muscle damage is usually what you'll find in like eccentrics. And then metabolic stress is the burn. Let's keep it as simple as possible. That's pretty much it. If you hit every point of it, you're gonna start building some muscle. So our goal is maybe not hit all of it, but make it feel hard. So yep, abs. We said bicycle kicks for these. So yep, bicycle. Well, easy peasy. How can we maybe manipulate bicycle kicks to make it a little bit, burn a little bit more, make it a little bit harder? Anyone?
Slow it down.
Yep, slow down. That's the easiest one. Slow it down. My favorite is red light, green light. While they're so green light, they can go like kind of at a normal tempo, boom, boom, boom. Yellow light, slow, red, squeeze wherever they are. Squeeze, and then you say green light or red, yellow light, whatever you want to do. Just having a little fun with the tempo. That's a fun variation I like to do personally. Cool. How would we perform this entire set? Okay, so we have 3 exercises. Would we perform it like kind of slow, rest in between each one? Or would we kind of go more like back to back? How would you guys do it?
I would have them go straight into each one and then rest after all 3 before going into the next circuit.
Yeah, probably a circuit style. Remember, so this kind of person is also going to be kind of like the group fitness style person as well. So keep that in mind. So you kind of want to work out that's going to feel like that. But again, just challenge them in a smarter and a better way. That's really our goal in this kind of case. So yeah, cool. All right, let's move on to our next circuit. We have hit our squat. We've hit our horizontal pull, and we've hit some abs. What should we do for our next core exercise? Yeah, anyone? No?
Hinge.
What's up, Jordan?
Hinge.
Hinge. Cool. What kind of hinge?
Just like a bridge.
Bridge. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Glute bridges. Yeah. Glute bridges. Maybe like hip thrust on the bench, or like with a dumbbell. Not too heavy, but again, just making it burn. Again, like I said, you could add the band a little bit. Maybe you could do. Let's just do this. Maybe you could add the band a little bit more just to challenge it. Maybe we could do like one of those, like she goes up to the top, like adducts or AB ducts the legs, bring it back in with the band in her around her knees. Okay, back down, back up, boom, boom. Just make it burn. You could do 3 sets. What do you think? 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12 to 15 again. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. 12, easy. Cool. All right, so we got our hinge. What should we do for our next core exercise? What have we not hit?
Do like a eccentric push-up.
Boom, eccentric push-up. Yeah, cool. And even then, maybe even too much tension, right? Like what's an even more regressed way we could do it?
On a bench.
Yeah, probably just hands elevated. HE push-up. Cool. How many reps?
Probably like around 5 since it's eccentric.
Yeah. We're doing eccentric?
Yeah, or like if it's not, then just like around 10.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, again, keep it pretty high level or high rep, and getting the heart rate up a little bit more. Cool. Last one. What have we? So we talked about kind of like the accessory, like kind of what we want, quote unquote, the shape to look like of a model, right? So what's like another point that we've hit? We kind of talked about it earlier a little bit. Right, arms, something with the arms. What should we do with the arms?
Like bicep curls.
Yeah, bicep curls, easy, cool. Boom, right there, nice. Cool. Let's just say we did, instead of hip thrust, we did step ups. Do we want to do step ups into bicep curls?
Probably not.
Why not? Why not?
Might be too much.
Too much what?
Like too much work.
Yeah. Maybe. I'd say if we're talking, again, we can talk this in a more practical sense, right? Like doing a step up and then into a curl, or even like a lunge into a curl. Doesn't really make sense to an extent, right? I mean, I know this might work better with this kind of client because of what she wants, but in a typical sense, right? If you can curl, or if you can lunge or step up what you can curl, you're not lunging or stepping up with enough. Now, again, that depends client to client. That depends on their personal body weight, That depends on their history. But typically when you have a healthy person and they're curling just as much as they're lunging, it's probably not enough for their lunge, which means we're not going to create enough overload. Now, I know for this case, it's a little bit different, right? And we want to talk about their goals a little bit differently, but that's just for a typical sense. So I'm going to go back to the hip thrust here. But if we did a hip step up there, that would be kind of something we could think about. Cool. All righty, bicep curls. What kind of bicep curls?
Just like together.
Together with what?
Like just together bicep curls.
I'm doing
two
dumbbells.
Dumbbells, yeah, probably. Yeah, dumbbells would probably be good. So dumbbells, which is probably supinated. Cool. All righty. So then we get into the kind of the last one. So I know we always talk about core accessory, but that does not mean you have to stick to core accessory. There will always be times where you can change it up a little bit. So why not, let's do something with, this would be kind of like our finisher, okay? This is where we really want to make it feel almost like a group fitness class, okay? Make her feel the pump, but also make it burn a little bit. So we can go core, accessory, now moving, okay? So, and then we can also play with this a little bit. Is this not working, Shanda? Is it? Can you guys
Okay, it just came up now. When you're
okay.
typing it, I think it's doesn't come up until you like move to the
Oh,
next
it doesn't type
section.
until I press enter.
Right, I think that's
Okay,
how it's
so
working.
Dave's okay. Sorry, guys.
I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Here, boom. So let's see. So did that just update?
I
Yeah, we can
have
see it now.
the first two, and then now we have the bottom CCA, which are
NCAA.
empty.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys.
Or
Okay, so
CCAA, correct.
it's the new Zoom update. I'm sorry, they used to show it live. So good to know. Good to know you guys can't see all my typing mistakes anymore. All right.
Thanks.
All right. So, all right. We have a couple core patterns that we haven't done yet. Maybe we should hit them. Okay. How should we do it?
So are we
Okay,
looking for another core movement right now? Oh, sorry, Shanda.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, we are looking for another core movement. Yeah.
So maybe something like with the shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Now we're thinking. Now we're talking. What should we do, Macy?
Maybe something simple like overhead presses to
There we
start.
go. I love it. I love it. Good thought. Okay. So, yep. Overhead press. Boom. Okay. What else haven't we hit? Oh, you can't see it. There we go.
You talked about step ups. Where did we put that in anywhere?
We could put step ups. We could also do lunges, right? So yeah, step ups or lunges, either one. I'm kind of indifferent, but let's just go lunge for the sake of lunges.
Are we doing walking lunge or reverse lunge?
We'll get into that a little bit. We'll
Okay.
go. Let's create our circuit and then we'll go back down.
Okay,
Right?
got you.
Yeah, cool. All right, accessory. What do we want to do? What do girls typically want to hit?
Do the abs.
Abs, yeah. What else?
Or butt.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, there we
Like
go.
some
So we do
kickbacks or something.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do for? Sorry, what did you say, Shinda?
I said like kickbacks or
Yeah, we can do
abduction.
kickbacks. Cool. Let's make this more of like a circuit fashion, right? Like I like kickbacks in isolation, but we're gonna do this more of a circuit. So how can we kind of make more sense in a circuit fashion?
I'm not sure. What do you have in mind?
Yeah, booty band walks. How about that?
Okay.
Booty band walks. Cool. And last one, maybe some cardio. What would you guys do for cardio?
Mountain climbers.
Okay, there we go. I like that one. Mountain climbers. Okay, what else?
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks. Yeah. Cool. Maybe we could have a little fun with that one too. Cool. Anything else? Anyone other than Jordan? Cool. Slams. I like slams a lot personally. Yeah, there's no right or wrong in this. We can just stick with mountain climbers, honestly. Boom. All righty. Cool. So overhead press. How would you guys do this? Would you do this like a normal overhead press, maybe push press? What would you guys do for it if we're making this like a circuit style? Oh, look at that. You guys can actually manipulate the whiteboard.
Wait, can you see
I
that?
don't know. Oh, God.
This is oh, I don't even
Wait,
know
can you
what's
see
happening.
that? Oh,
Yeah, I can see your box.
oh shit, I don't know I could
No, I didn't know that either. I think it's the new Zoom update. So
yeah, I don't know how to get rid of it.
yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. Oh, here we go.
So a dumbbell overhead press,
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
bilateral
it's a
at the
dumbbell
same
overhead press.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Easy. Nice. Nothing crazy. Cool. Lunges. All right. How would we do lunges in a circuit style?
I'm going to go reverse lunge.
Reverse lunge. Okay. Cool. So I do a 3-way lunge. That's kind of if I'm doing a circuit. It's a little bit more gnarly. So you can go forward, sideways,
Mhm.
reverse, or you can go like kind of clockwork. So you can go front to back in a circuit style. But nothing wrong with reverse lunges, but we don't really want to load it. So I'm going to go forward. All right. I forgot the actual name of these. Forward to reverse lunge. Cool. Booty band walks. How could you guys, as a trainer, get more engaged with booty band walks?
You can also do the red light, green light.
Okay, yep, there we go. We can stick with that theme. Cool. What else could you do?
Like toss a ball back and forth.
There you go. Yep, that's good. Anything else? Anyone else want to get a little creative too? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, just remember our job too. It's like not only are we giving them a workout, but we want them to have fun too. Like the reason, like I said earlier, where a lot of trainers are really, really successful, is just because they have great personalities, right? Their clients stick with them because they love to be there, right? So if we can find ways to make it a really, really fun session, but also a productive session, you're gonna have a lot of success, and especially in client retention. And client retention is where you start getting numbers. So let's find ways to make it a little bit more engaging. Cool. All righty. And we'll go to mountain climbers. Yep. And so, yeah, you can figure that one out. You could also maybe set up some kind of course. Maybe there's like a group fitness room you could go, or maybe you're on the field, wherever you are. You can set up a little course and have them run around. You could work with them. Maybe do some, you can do the wall sit while one person runs. They can run there and back, do whatever course they have to do. Then you come back and then you do it, right? So whatever that is, however you want to get creative with that. So cool. Any questions about anything we've done here today?
I love it, Dean. Now let's have some fun with this. All right.
All right, let's do it.
You had a great quote right there. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again about the fun. I think it's so important to kind of highlight, because trainers will get lost in the fun, and they call them YouTube trainers. Where I'm sure you've seen it, Dean. Where before a session, the clients or the trainers on YouTube trying to find a cool exercise. And the next thing you know, the client says, "Oh my God, that was so much fun! I liked all the new exercises." So then the trainer plays into what the client wants. And that's an important moment to remember that, yeah, your clients want to have fun. Great trainers can do that, and they can incorporate it part of the accessory. Now, when the whole thing becomes fun, I will challenge it, because I think personality and just stimulating questions can make it fun. But when the whole workout then turns into trying to make it fun by choosing these flashy exercises, you're going to have a really hard time, because the clients are ultimately not going to continue to train with you because they're not getting results. And so, great point that you made there. Now, let's pretend like you had this client, you did at Equinox, Dean would have to do, and I don't know if you do it, but you do your EquiFit 1 and then you bring them back in for a workout. So let's pretend like, let's give her a name. Shanda, you want to give her a name for us?
Kelly.
Ellie. So Ellie, I'm Ellie, and you took me through the workout. Can you kind of set the scene for how you typically would bring the client from that last second of that last rep, get them in a good mood, whether if you get them a towel, if you get them water, if you ask them how they're doing, whatever, and then you bring them over and then talk about sales essentially and get them to sign up. And I'm going to play Ellie and we'll go from there.
Yeah, cool. So this is the end of like the CPT, just kind of going for the sale, is what you said?
Yep.
Yeah,
For
cool.
your rates and everything. And if you can actually present your rates too, so everyone knows.
Yeah. Let's see. At the end of the session, you're paying for a membership for a reason, the eucalyptus towel. So I'm going to give you the eucalyptus towel. Make sure you feel it. Make sure you understand. You're going to suck it in, clear all their sinuses, makes you feel good, cool down a little bit. And then I'm actually, so usually what I typically do, it's like we'll start walking towards either the EcoFit room or go downstairs to the benches by the locker rooms. And I'll just ask them, I'm like, cool. So how did you feel? Any feedback, anything you liked, anything you disliked, right? And I kind of listen to them a little bit more starting off.
Yeah, so I'm Ellie. So just play with it. So
Yeah,
I really
cool.
like the whole circuit. And I did some exercise in there I've never done before. And holy cow, those band walks and the way that you play the red light, green light really was awesome. I really liked that a lot.
Yeah, awesome. Have you ever had a trainer who's done that before?
Not that specific exercise. I've worked with a lot of trainers before. I mean, I worked with Tracy Anderson and some other high-end trainers, and to that regard, no, they haven't.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And my whole thing too, it's like, I want to get you results, but at the end of the day, like we're going to have some fun, but we're going to push a little bit too. So my goal is to we're starting here and we're just going to gradually work each week. We're going to get a little bit heavier, right? I know we don't want to get too bulky, so we're going to kind of be careful with that. But we're going to work hard and we're going to find a way and get you a spot in that model role as well. How does that sound?
Sounds good. So how much does it cost to train with you?
Yeah. So how long do you want to train? Right. That's kind of my recommendation. Obviously you have a walk in 3 months. Based on my recommendation, we can start with 3 times a week and we could go for 24 sessions. So that would be $31.20 for the whole thing.
But can I just pay per session and like bring you cash, or what's the way to do it?
Yeah. So, I mean, you could do that. So our single session cost to start is $145. But if you pay for a bigger package, your price per session goes down.